Good evening, everyone.
Aldo!
Welcome to Wacky Wednesday. Wednesday evening, and it's the 1st of April. We're in yet another month. So I'm sorry, I've got a. I've just got to wipe my glasses. I don't know whether there's anybody watching yet, but because without my glasses, I'm as blind as a bat. So I should really have done this before I started, but I had to go to the little girl's room and so forth and so on. So I was what you call a little unprepared. No, we ain't got nobody watching yet. So oh, it's saying on StreamYards that there ain't nobody watching. Oh, we've got Mark Plays. Hi, Mark. So it's all right. I had to clean my glasses. I really ought to have done them before I started, but you know where it's like. You had to go to the little girl's room and hiya karate, how are you? And Moz 42.
Yeah, Buzzy!
So yes, I was sort of, you know, like you running around like an headless chicken, and oh God, is it that time already? And you know, I always like to go to the little girl's room before I start. So yes, hello to the 6 watching. Welcome to another Wednesday evening live stream. Yeah, not much to report today, really, apart from the fact that I've filmed a baking vlog, but it hasn't been uploaded yet.
No, you need to do the green screen.
Yes. Yeah. Be quiet, Mr. P. I heard you outside. Yes. So the only thing that's left to do is I've got to do the intro via, you know, and the green screen and whatnot. So yes. That's the only bit that's that needs doing. Sorry if I'm brushing my hair. I just thought for a change that I'd wear it down for a change. So yeah, you know, some as I say, not much to report really. It's been funny day weather-wise, you know what I mean. Some as I say,
I don't know. I think I might do clean the shed out part 2.
I've you know, what did I make? Lemon meringue pie cheesecake. So yes, that was Mr. P's hand, if you were wondering. You guys keeping well over there? Yeah, as well as can be expected. I haven't been at anywhere, Moz, because I'm one of the classes at risk categories, you know, health wise, you know what I mean. So yes, so sampled the I know what I ain't got on. Yeah, my banner.
It's lacking. Happy I kind of got out, needed to get a harness for the doggy. She snapped her collar yesterday and took her.
Oh dear.
I take it you got her back eventually there.
So yeah, I mean, they do say, like, you know, you're allowed to go out for essential stuff, and obviously if your dog broke its collar and your dog still got to go out for a walk, so you basically, it's an essential, you know what I mean. Hey, Amjad. Got Amjad in. So yes, so what were I going to say? Oh yes, I sort of came up with an idea this afternoon. Obviously, because oh dear, Benny, I think falling off.
Don't get the blood on carpet, lad.
Because we're sort of in lockdown, And I says to Chris, I says, do you think it'd be a good idea sort of to do like a live stream on that table where I film my vlogs? Do a live stream and actually show you me doing it while I'm live. You know, it's I've thought of two relatively easy things to make. I'm good. How are you, Amjad? You know, so it's something that, you know, if anybody's watching, they can, you know, either say, oh, I'm going to have a go at making that, or I'm going to make that with the kids. Hiya, Gordo, how are you?
Hello, lad.
So, yeah, I mean, I did, you know, it'll be as long as it's going to be, because, same as I say, I says either lemon drizzle flapjacks or the white chocolate cookies. And they're both relatively easy to make. So I put a post up in the Facebook group to see, just an RT supper. Well, you see, this is it, Moz. You know what I mean? It's how essential is that journey, and they're basically here in the UK, they're saying you can only do essential journeys. Oh, yeah. Well, that's it, Amjad. I mean, at least it's going you out to arse or whatever. You know, it's going you out to arse. So, yeah, I don't know whether anybody else thinks it's a good idea. Same as I won't do it sort of on the days that I'm doing a live stream. I'd probably do it either a Tuesday or a Thursday or even weekend during the day. You know, and obviously I'd sort of do like we are doing now, but I'd be sat at the table. Do I know you? Bella's got amnesia again.
Oh no, Mrs. Bella.
Yeah. This lockdown's causing Bella to have amnesia. But yeah, excuse me. So yeah, I mean, I came up with the idea this afternoon. Wouldn't it be a good idea to do a live stream, making something relatively simple, but do it as a live stream? I mean, because it's like I said to Chris, the cookies, you only bake them for 11 minutes. So I could sort of actually show you me making them, put the first lot in, and then by the time, you know, we've chatted and whatever, the first lot will be ready and I'll be able to show you the result. So, you know, I wanted people's opinion on what they thought to it. It's not amnesia, it's senile dementia. So yeah, so that's sort of an idea that I had, and I wondered if you thought it were a good idea. You know, I'm only going to be doing like simple things, you know. Somebody did suggest to me having, you know, people on panel and them do, you know what I mean? Hello, Pixie, you sound like a geezer I was talking to 5 minutes ago. Oh, is it you and Bella having a go at one another tonight? Simple things even Bella could bake. But yeah, I mean the you know, the white chocolate cookies, basically they're dead simple. They only take about 11 minutes in the oven. So, you know, it'd be, you know, I'd probably still be live when the first lot come out of oven, because I even though it says line 2 trays, I only put like one lot in at a time, because when you put them on another shelf, they don't cook as well as the first lot. How simple, Pixie. But yeah, you know, it's just basically, you know, with the cookies, you make like a very thick batter, and then add the things and then put them on your baking tray. So you know, it's but yeah. Yeah, it's blaming you now. So yeah, so I mean, I might do that. I might do it starting next week. I mean, we've got the vlog to sort out tomorrow that I've filmed today, so it might be, I don't know, Tuesday next week. I don't know yet. So you invaded Poland. Oh dear. 25 pizzas for a karate pay on delivery. But so yeah, so I thought, well, obviously I'll be sat at the table doing like I am doing now, you know, with the webcam on, but I'll be, you know, showing you what to do and whatever. Can you do the white chocolate chip cookies?
Yes.
I said that without even moving my lips, Amjad.
Don't be fair, honest.
Oh dear. So yes, Mr. P was quite enthusiastic about me doing the white chocolate chip cookies. So you know, that's his opinion and his opinion only. So
you know, you live in Warrington.
I think that's supposed to mean
I love Hawaiian
pizza. Yeah, but that's pineapple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
What's wrong with Hawaiian?
I don't like. I'm not struck a pineapple on pizza, if I'm quite honest. So, but I like either pepperoni or I'm like Amjad. I just like the cheese and tomato ones, and either that or pepperoni. Who asked you? Oh dear me. So yes, so I mean, if everyone's in agreement and they want me to do this live stream baking thing, I will make the white chocolate cookies. Be right back. Why were you going?
Please don't go.
Oh dear.
I miss you, Karate, already.
Oh, he's done his second lot of brewing.
Oh, is it drunk all that one already?
They'll not be ready yet. So we've got a temperature of about 7 degrees.
You refreshed it?
Yes, it's just refreshed.
Okay.
So it's not cold, but it's not warm either. Yeah, Gordo wrote about it other night. He couldn't get something, so I forget where it. I've been to bed since then. Can't remember. Oh, I need a coffee. I've got one, Moz. There you go. Got coffee. Oh, I've got coffee, so I'm all right. So, so yeah, so I'll probably start it, let's say Tuesday after. I'll probably do it Tuesday afternoon. Oh my God, I just finished watching Chris's daily vlog. I couldn't stop. I had to pause on Jeanette's pose. Oh dear.
Loop savers.
Is it 10 today?
What?
Is that today's vlog 10?
No, it's vlog 11 today.
Is it? Which one did it?
Vlog 10 where I was stuck in YouTube.
Oh yeah, it must be getting his wires crossed then.
I miraculously come out.
Oh dear. It even
with the fridge golder. What, toilet paper? Oh dear.
I meant bog.
Oh, she did mean bog roll.
So yeah, same as I say, I lose track of days on these daily vlog things. I have to. Oh, oops, it's number 11. Lol. Well, he did say just act naturally, and you know, Mr. Floob thinks I'm a hottie. And he kept saying to me before he started, he kept saying, "Now don't keep interrupting laughing." So I had to keep a straight face. I am daydreaming, lol. So he kept saying, just act natural. Don't say anything. Just sort of like carry on what you're doing. You know, when it, you know, you don't have to say anything. Just sort of sit there acting natural, like. And I was trying not to look. So, you know, and I nearly laughed when Mr. Noob said to Mrs. Floob, Mr. Floob said to Mrs. Floob, "You need to go to Floob Savers." Oh, Cos Gordon is opening his brew. Keep up, Chris. Oh, pardon me. So yeah, so we've had that bit of a laugh today. You know, he has got other ideas, like, but you know, if I told you I'd have to kill you.
No subscribers left.
Oh. So yeah, so he sort of keeps coming up with these ideas. He spent a lot of time yesterday doing the intro and the swirly thing where they go to another land or wherever it is. Oh dear. Jeanette's pose, I had to pause it the second round. But yeah, and I says to Chris, I says, well, to say it's only a bit of fun, I says, you aren't off taking things seriously.
We got to.
So
business,
yeah, same as I, you know, same as Chris says, you know, oh, you know, it's only a bit of fun, and I'm, you know, messing about with animation, blah blah blah. But yeah. So I says to him, I says, well, you know, to say it's a bit of fun, you aren't off taking it seriously. That roundabout is hilarious. But yeah.
It's a money box.
It's one of Callum's old money boxes, actually. Yeah. So I think it actually bought him as a christening present or something, weren't it?
Yeah, oh, hang on. Is it vlog number 12, I think?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, vlog number 12. Well, I skipped it. I'm going to skip one.
Even he don't know.
I've done that bloody many. I said 12, but it should be vlog 11. Hang on.
Oh dear.
I need to check.
But yeah, same as I say, I says to him, I says,
oh, it is number 11. And I put vlog 12.
Oh dear.
But it's on his Facebook.
I am back. Wacky messaged me his video on Messenger. I don't get that. I am back. Wakey messaged me his video on mess. Oh, he sent you his video. Oh,
how dare he? So
So yeah, you know, same as I say, it's all in the name of good fun, so to speak. Oh yeah, he's got a new video. Keep him busy. I've just checked. So yeah, I mean, and I've been same as I say, looking. You know, I thought I'd that's it. That's the one. I've printed another recipe off today that I'm thinking I might do at weekend, because probably all that cheesecake what I've done today is probably going to be gone by then, because it's Chris's favourite. So I could make it at weekend and do it, like have it after Sunday lunch, but I printed that one out and it's the mandarin and pineapple cheesecake. I know it's under cheesecake, but hey ho. I have got some more printed out. I don't know what I've done with them. Somewhere I've put them somewhere. Yeah, I've got a strawberry pancake as well. That's another one that I've printed out. I can't think what others I've done. Hey, we've got Mel's in as well. Hiya Mel, hiya Wakey. So yes, I like strawberry. We see that I like to do things that are relatively easy. I was just saying, Mel, that probably starting next week during the day, I probably do like a baking live stream, and I think the first thing I'm going to make is the white chocolate chip cookies.
I did like to say Wakey, but
like a bad penny, eh? So yeah, so I'm going to be sort of doing, I don't know, same as I say, I might do it once a week or on a day that I'm not sort of live streaming in the evening. It's yet to be decided, you know, just a short live stream, saying, well, you're watching me as I'm making them in real time, you know, there's no editing, no, you know.
That's it, mate.
There's not going to be no editing and note, because you're going to be seeing me as I'm making them in real time live, if you know what I mean. Basically, my cousin sent a shopping list to my uncle because she can't go out. My brother is going to Tesco's in the morning, but buy my cousin's groceries, and me and my uncle are all right.
Okay. All right, Gordon.
Yeah. Thank you, Mel. Same as I say, we most countries being on lockdown, it could be something that, you know, parents could do with the children, etc. You know. Oh dear.
You've seen it already, Wakey.
So it's all right. Gordo's just sent us a picture. Eric drinking his own brew, watching me. But yeah, same as I said, you know, I'll do something fairly simple. I'll do something fairly simple to start off with, you know, the cookies. They only take, will we see a guest appearance? I don't know, you might do, I don't know. Is there?
No. Go on.
Pixie will be my gopher, you know. I'll
no, go there then.
Yeah, I'll get him putting the stuff in the oven and getting it out for me. So He says it needs a bit longer and more sugar, but it's rather nice. My cousin
getting pissed off.
Yeah, my cousin didn't ask for toilet roll, by the way. but yeah, you know, I mean, obviously, because I'm going to be sort of doing the live stream. Yeah, go for this, go for that. Yeah, the gopher. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be able to get up from the table and, you know, I'll say, you know, go and just put me them in oven, and you know, I put timer on my phone because that's what I do anyway. You know, and once timer goes off, Chris can go and get them out the oven and show everybody, you know, the first batch, so to speak. What a bog roll for pan.
Buy a second one for 100.
Yeah. Well, you see, the thing is, Mel, that the white chocolate chip cookies are a favourite of Chris's. So if I'm making them and he's eating them, he's got to wait for them, hasn't he? So he's 54, unsure if I'll make it to 55. Don't do that. And here's some I made earlier. No, you'll be able to see me actually making them, Bella. You know, they're relatively simple. All I've got is like an old ice cream scoop, and I just scoop a ball out of mixture, put it on a baking sheet, and then put them in oven for 11 minutes. You know, that's it. Job done. Mel says white chocolate chip cookies. Oh my God. So yeah, you know, so if that's something that you think you'd enjoy, tune in. I'll put in on the community page, etc. when I'm actually doing it. I haven't made my mind up. It'll probably either be Tuesday or maybe Tuesday. I will put everything, you know, obviously in the description, the ingredients that you need, or everything. If you sort of, you know, if you want to follow the recipe afterwards, you know, my co-host wants to, my other co-host wants to make an appearance. Well, you see, I spoke to somebody earlier on, Bella, and they said, well, why don't you get somebody on the panel that is doing it with you? So it's actually getting people to come on the panel that are doing it live, if you know what I mean. Or can you repeat what you've just said you're going to do? Or what's next? I didn't quite catch that.
Well, what ingredients do I need? You've already finished it.
So, I mean, before when I first go live, you know, I have got it printed off. I'll show everyone, you know, the recipe and whatever. I'll sort of say as I'm going along, will there be a live taste test? Probably, because Chris can't wait for them to cool down when I make them.
What's up, bro?
That sounds perfect, you know. What? I use brown sugar in them, I think, Amjad. I'm not sure without looking at recipe. I can look up. Hang on a minute, Benny. Sorry to disturb you, Benny. Long walk on a short pier. I'll tell you in a minute, Amjad. I'm just looking for you. I have printed it out, but I can't remember. Oh, pardon me. That's that coffee. Right, let's have a look. It is 115 grams of butter. It's both actually, Amjad. It's 90 grams of brown sugar and 50 grams of caster sugar. So it's like a bit of both. Brown, yeah, brown. So yeah, it's basically store cupboard stuff. Vanilla extract, 1 egg, plain flour. It says baking soda, but in England we call it bicarb of soda. And then 150 grams of white chocolate chips. But I put a few extra in because first time I made them, I sort of followed the recipe to a T. And Callum says, well, if you ask me, in my opinion, there's not enough chocolate chips in them. So the second time I made them, I put a few more extra ones in. So, you know, yeah, it's a mixture of both caster sugar and brown sugar, Amjad. So, same as I say, I sort of can't thingamabob offhand, you know. So I just had to have a look, but I couldn't remember, sort of off top of my head. Oh, you little tinker, Jeanette, why? What am I doing now?
Is it hard one to work out, Wakey?
What have I done now?
I don't know.
For him to be calling me a little tinker. So yeah, so if you're around during the day, Wakey, it will be, it can be on a day that I'm not live streaming at night. Oh, pouring extra chips in. Well, I were only following instructions from Callum, because the very first time I did make them, I am a stickler for weighing everything out, you know, going to the recipe to a T. And when Callum tried them the very first time, he says, they're lovely and everything. He says, but the only criticism is, I don't think there's enough chocolate chips in them. So I thought, right. So when I made them again, I put a few extra in. So there you go. But it's no detriment to the recipe. They're very. This is the thing. When you take them off the baking tray, they're very soft. But as they cool down, they turn like crispy and gooey, if you know what I mean. Did you lock Baz out in the garden? Don't tell me to put chips in. I'll get a bag of McCain's. Yeah, but Wakey, I've got another recipe, right? And it's just like a plain sponge with like an icing on top. And it says in the recipe, and this is a BBC Good Food recipe, it's got like Smarties or M&Ms. But when we went to Asda on Saturday, I found some. Oh, bye, Benny. You'll have to get them out at fridge, baby, and I'll show everybody what I'm talking about. Them things that I bought, them Smarties. Them Smartie buttons. They're in an orange bag. No. Hiya, Ian.
Oh, no, best man in the shed.
So yeah, it's basically a sponge, and then you put an icing on. It's you see, this is another thing that I could do while I'm doing a live stream. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised because Chris is going to get them. I did just fancy putting plain Smarties on them. So, no, all I've done, Ian, is I've took it out. I usually have it up in a ponytail. Right, is everybody ready? For the secret ingredient that I bought on Saturday. There you go. That's what I'm going to be putting on top of that. It's a plain sponge. There you go. There you go. And I've not seen them before in Asda, and I saw them on Saturday. So there you go. Orange Smartie buttons. So there you go. So I'm going to be using them as the decoration for that cake. Oh, pardon me. So, look like mini virus, lol. Oh, Gordo says slow gin, strawberry, vodka and raspberry white rum. Ooh. But they orange Smartie buttons, Amjad. They're not any old, strawberry, orange Smartie buttons. And they new in. The buttons with Smarties buttons, buttons with Smarties in. So, and it, as you can see, put a cheesecloth skirt on, Jeanette, and crumble flake on top. They were from Asda, Amjad. And as you can see, it says in the corner that they're new. So, there you go. They're new. Hiya, Tina, how are you? And it says in corner, love to share. No way, Jose. I'm not sharing them. So, so yes. So that might be another baking live stream where I use them. They have been in the fridge like since I bought them, you know. I saw them and I says, I've got an idea for a cake that I'm going to bake. I says, and they'd be ideal for a decoration for the top. Because it is just like a plain sponge. Hey. Hi, Simon. How are you? He says, blimey, Wednesday evening already.
No, it's not Wednesday evening. It's middle of the week.
So I've just been talking about Simon about doing like a live stream during the day, either Tuesday or Thursday, where I'm actually making like cookies actually live. So yeah, you know.
She needs to do an impossible pie on a live stream.
Yeah. I want, you see, the aim of it, Wakey, is obviously because of the lockdown, you know, do something that, you know, like non-bakers, or you can do it kids, or, you know what I mean? That's basically the idea behind it is, let's say you only go out to do your essential shopping once a week, you could pick some chocolate chips up, you know, from basically anywhere. So, you know, it's something that I will be doing live. They take 11 minutes in oven. So Chris can be getting them out oven and I you know, I always have 2 baking trays. I put so many on one tray, so many on another tray. So as soon as one comes out, another lot can go in. Yeah, but it's not about the live, I mean, the views, Tina. It's about encouraging people to, while we're in lockdown, to do things with their kids, or people that are single, you know, just for something to break up the boredom, to get them to do something a bit out of the comfort zone, you know. No, I don't swear at all, Simon.
Lie, bats on fire.
Ha ha ha. Wakey said, would take a damn sight longer if you did them in the toaster. But same as I says to Chris, it's sort of, you know, I wanted to do it live rather than do a vlog. Yeah, people can watch the vlog and stop it or start it or whatever, but I want to show people how easy these things are to make. If you've got an electric mixer, you know, the white chocolate cookies are relatively simple to make. It's something that you could do with your kids, get the kids to help you with them. You know, it's something to, you know, obviously while kids are off school, while, you know, while we're in lockdown, it's encouraging people to get out the comfort zone and do something what they wouldn't normally do. You know what I mean? And that's basically all I'm doing it for. And the idea to do it live is just to show you. I mean, it's all right doing a vlog, but you're sort of not seeing it as it happens. Whereas, well, if that's the case, then Wakey, then so be it. But it's just the fact that I want to encourage, and I keep saying this, I want to encourage people in these uncertain times, you know, stuff to do with the kids, you know, stuff that, you know, let's say, you know, single people, just to break the boredom up, you know, and just to show you that some of these recipes aren't all that complicated. And if you've got the equipment, you know, it's this easy to make a few cookies. So yeah. I mean, I think they're just saying that it's going to be like 6 months, a ballpark figure. And same as the news that I was watching the other night, it said that the data and the figures are sort of like lagging behind. So they update the figures and whatever every 3 weeks. So, I mean, you know, if everybody adheres to the, you know, social distancing, only going out when it's necessary, it could, in essence, stop it. If you get me understanding. But you know, it's oh dear.
You want to know, what are you, Wakey?
So, you know, I mean, it's same as I say. I will probably do it. I mean, it's just a case of you know, obviously I've got my moderators, because you never know, some idiot might come in and try to upset the apple cart. But you know, same as I said to Chris, you know, I'll carry on regardless. I'll get the moderators to take care of you know, to take care of the chat, etc. That's what the moderators do. But I'm only, same as I say, my aim is to you know, same as I say, my aim is to, let's say, for instance, somebody will come into my live stream of a night time and say, oh, you know them white chocolate cookies that you made on your live stream other day? I had to go, I made them, blah, blah, blah. That's my job, you know what I mean?
It's spelling out what you're doing.
But yeah, you know what I mean? It's if I even get just one person saying, well, oh, I made them cookies and they turned out brilliantly, you know what I mean? You know, I've done my job correctly. I've done what I set out to be. What, you know, I've set out to do what I've set out to do, like, and you know, it's, people sit there and say, you've heard the phrase, can't cook, won't cook. It's a case of course you can, you know, if you know what you're doing. Anybody can bake, cook, etc. You know what I mean? And that is my point exactly. You know, just the fact that, yeah, I do a baking vlog. Yeah, I've got a YouTube baking vlog. But I've had to learn. So why, you know, why does people say, oh, I can't bake, I can't? It's all about weights and measures, having your oven at right temperature and the timing. Right, that's it. I'm telling my mum next week I'm going to bake cookies. I'm getting hungry now. Bella says, I was looking it up if you can get away with a crime of passion in this country, but it's not allowed. Oh dear. Might make a bread and butter pudding to use up the last of my, well, there you go. But you see, I mean, I was talking to Bella earlier on, and I had to laugh at her because the cake that Chris made the other day, she says, I kept looking. Are they Chris's hands? Are they Jeanette's hands? She thought he hadn't made it by himself, but I can honestly say,
I did.
And I don't lie, it was all made by himself. I was the other side of the camera. I was the camera woman. You know, I was telling him what to do because I was reading it off a recipe, right? And all I did was read off from the recipe, you've got to do so-and-so next, you've got to do so-and-so next. That's basically all my involvement was. Reading the recipe off to him and pressing a button on the camera to record it. So yeah, so I mean, I can assure you it was all his own doing, even the frosting. And I says to Chris, I says, you can make better frosting than what I can.
I can't help me.
Because sometimes mine's either too runny or too thick. Well, I've made today, Tina, a lemon meringue pie cheesecake. The vlog's not up yet because I've got to do the green screen bit, but it's filmed and everything. And we had some after his tea. And don't like blowing my own trumpet, but it was delicious, weren't it, baby?
Oh yeah.
You see, Chris, one of Chris's favourites is lemon meringue, and the fact that it were a lemon meringue cheesecake, you know, it were doubly pleased about it. So,
Okay,
but it was a baked cheesecake. This cheesecake were baked. Most cheesecakes that I make are no baked cheesecakes, but this one
Oh.
Took her on that table. So yeah. And Gordo says he does a banging cheesecake. But yeah, you know, I even said to him, because I was going to do the lemon meringue for Sunday lunch, and Chris says, well, if I'm making that cake, he says, you know, we don't want whey yeast. He says, so I tell you what, he says, I'll make that cake. He says, and we'll have that for after his Sunday lunch. So that's why I've only made the cheesecake today. Because, same as I say, we didn't want either going to waste. So we had the chocolate cake. Well, it were chocolate buttermilk cake that Chris made. It takes people that long. But so yeah, so that's why I held off doing the lemon meringue cheesecake. It was purely for the fact that Chris had made the cake. We didn't want any wastage, so yeah, I'll have to have a go at that, Gordo. Tiramisu. Oh, your brother's going back to work tomorrow. Works as a dentist in a hospital. Oh, but
hey, I need a few fillings. Do I come have you two discount?
But same as I say, you know, it's you know, like our Chris has been doing Mr. and Mrs. Fluben is starting to do like a series. I might, you know, do it on a regular basis, once a week probably.
Is it porn this time?
Right, Ed, no, I just sent it you. Okay then, Bella, thank you for coming in.
Got an empty bloody bottle of the greedy gate.
Has he drunk a full bottle already? My daddy's a lot better and he is doing well. That's good then, Tina. Oh, I mean, if he works at hospital, they should supply it to him at hospital, shouldn't they? See you later, Bella. But yes, so I mean, if it takes off, if I get quite a lot of people in, people showing interest and everything, I might start doing it on a regular basis. So you know, it's a case of basically seeing how it goes. So I've got to blow my nose. Sorry about this.
Oh.
And no, I ain't got coronavirus. It's just a runny nose.
Runny.
Yeah, well, you see, I am hardly been out anywhere, Tina, because I've got a very low immune system, and I'm on a lot of medications. And if I were to get it, it'd finish me off as well. So it's basically we're trying not to, you know. Yeah, well, Chris Sauter, he's been the one that's been doing like shopping and, you know, necessary things, let's say. Oh, I have the latest virus protection. Yeah, that's it. Same as I was saying, like, you know, dentists and whatever can't work from home, can they really? You know, if you're a dentist, you can't really work from home. So, yeah, you know, I mean, if it's, I'm sure they'll make sure it's protected. I mean, they've been wearing them like them full perspex mask things, aren't they? You know what I mean? You know, I think they sort of not taking any precautions as regards, you know, the care workers and whatever getting it. You know, they're having to be sort of double, you know, double careful, let's say. But where were it you seen? Our post office or something?
Yeah.
That video link I posted you was scary. What?
Which video? What, in Facebook group? Oh, what is that? That one.
I don't know. He's talking in riddles again. You forget, Wakey. I go to bed and I get up next morning and I forgot what I did day before.
She forgot what she said at the start of the video, Wakey.
So yeah, you've heard the phrase, I've been to bed since then. Well, in my case, it's true. I go to bed and outlets people have told me from the day before, you know, it's completely gone. I'm wondering if he's on about Messenger. Oh.
No,
I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. No, he's not sent me no. Oh, pardon me. So no. Banks are shutting down. Yeah.
Still owe it all.
Yeah, some as I say, I mean, they're trying to you know, it's like everything else. I mean, that's your age, yeah. Well, I'll admit that, Wakey. It's like when you go into Asda, they'll say wherever possible, use contactless payment. So, but if you're using cash, you're handing cash over to them, and you've got more chance of passing the virus on if you're using cash, let's just say. So, oh, the one with the Chinese American doctor. I think it means that thing that did you repost it? Yeah, I think Chris reposted it. Well, my card's contactless, so you'll have to give me all your money.
See these two fingers that are going up in the air.
Well, you've just said you snooker because your card ain't contactless. Mine is.
Well, I'll just wear triple.
Yeah. So there's an easy solution to that. You give me all your money.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
So yeah.
Have all my money, I'm bloody gone.
No, we're not the only solution, guys. He's not got contactless payment. I have. So, you know.
I don't think they have, because I just bought some yesterday.
I'm going to say, they haven't stopped us buying any, so.
There you go.
So yeah. I mean, to me, Tina, there's a lot of people in the UK that smoke. You know, and they're not just going to expect people to go out the cigarettes, some that's been smoking for donkey's years and whatever.
Including you.
In certain cases, it's what you class as essentials.
Yeah.
So...
because there'll be more murders and the little.
Oh dear. I'm just laughing at what... we put us them back in fridge, Callum. And they're for a faking vlog. The fingers are going up where, Pixie. This will make you laugh. my psychiatrist was named Dr. Kwan. I was expecting a Chinese doctor as a red-headed Irishman. Yeah, but we've got something similar to that at our doctors, Gordo. Right, and this is true. This is true. Right. If I said to you, we've got a doctor called Dr. Odijofo, what would you think? Right.
Sausage surprise.
No, well, yeah.
What
What nationality would you think that a Dr. Odijofo is?
Oh, Mum's done an announcement.
So, yeah.
I'll go
Well, it's actually a she, but she is actually a white English lady. So there you go. It just goes to show you, when we first, because she started as a locum at our local GP's practice, right? And it come up Dr. Odijofo, and I says to Chris, I says, oh, that one's a new one. So anyway, we have been to see her, and when we walked in, I were like you, I were expecting an African lady. Yeah.
Mum, are you doing announcements now?
What do you mean announcements?
Please stay safe. He's on about.
Oh yeah.
Are you part of the government?
I'm posh. I'm posh.
Are you part of the government?
I know what I'll do. I'll put the kettle on. The kettle won't fit me. Tina's yeah. So we expected you know, we expected going in and being an African lady, but it weren't. She were little, she were white, and she were English. Obviously, she's married to an African gentleman, hence the name.
Probably.
But yeah, and what Chris means by what once said there that I rang up and Chris wanted to book an appointment to see the doctor. So I rang up and I says, Chris wants to see, I says, oh, I can't remember what her name is. I says, it's that name that we can't pronounce. And she says, oh, you mean Dr. Odijofo? And I went, oh, right. Okay, then.
That's her.
Yeah, that's her. But now we can pronounce it because we know, because it's actually pronounced Odijofo because it's spelt with a U. So, you know, some as I say, we were sort of just going to know her then, and we kept saying, oh, it's her whose name we can't pronounce. My doctor is called Schindler. I expected someone looking like Liam Neeson was a woman in her early 60s. But it just goes to show that names can be a bit deceptive. Some as I say, we expected walking in and it being an African lady, but it weren't. It were an English, I'd say middle-aged lady. You know what I mean? And she were English. So yeah, and actually she rang me up other day, you know, sort of since all this virus thing's gone off, just to make sure we're all right, and if I'd got any problems, or, you know, they're good like that at our doctors.
So we haven't catch the corona.
Well, it's not just that, it's just making sure that, you know, we've got, you know, if there's anything we need sorting out with his medication, if there's any problems with his medication, they just need to be aware of it, Callum, so they can adjust it accordingly. We aren't actually going in to see the doctor.
We haven't got corona yet.
Yeah, Tina says she had a doctor called Mrs. Rice. I bet she's heard all you know, quips under the sun, you know, are you fried or
By the way,
or pilau or
by the way, there's probably going to be another clap on tomorrow,
yeah.
8 p.m.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it's surprising, you know, what unusual names there is out there.
Is Pickering one of them?
But you see, funny thing is, our doctors, they're all women. All the doctors at our GP surgery are all women. We haven't got one single male doctor. So if let's say, for instance, the men went with a personal reason, you know, I'm not sort of going to spell it out, but if they go for a personal reason, they've got to see a lady doctor. You know what I mean?
I don't mind.
So wiggle it just a little bit. But you know what I'm saying? You know, let's say some men do have like personal problems relating down there.
Everyone
So,
does.
you know, it could be a bit embarrassing, you know,
Take your trousers off.
calm and gentle. You know, to you know, to ask them to lob it out in front of them. You know what I mean? I mean, I've always said, like, you know, I mean, I've had 4 kids, and this is no word of a lie. This is no word of a lie. When I were having Callum, that bloke walked into the wrong room. Yeah. I'm there, legs are kimble in air, up in stirrups, right? Getting ready to give birth to Callum. And this stranger walked in, this strange fella, well, you know, a fella had gone into the wrong room. You know, and the doctor and the nurse couldn't apologise enough, you know, unreservedly, you know, oh, I'm ever so terribly sorry, Mrs. Pickering, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I says, it's all right. I says, he's not seeing that nobody else is seeing, you know what I mean? I've had, this is my 4th kid, you know what I mean? You sort of get used to it after a bit. So yeah, you know, I got a strange fella walking in just as they're about to give birth to Callum, and I got my legs up in stirrups, and well, they're not stirrups nowadays. They're these things that you put your legs in, you know. And I says, well, I says, there's one thing. I says, in future, I says, he'll knock before he goes in. I said, he'll probably not get over that in a hurry. You know what I mean? I says, you know, he'll learn to knock before he goes in a room in future. So yeah, you know, I mean, these things happen, you know, it's obviously they rush the wives or the partners or whatever into hospital, then they can't remember what room they're in. Same as I say, he just come walking in, realised his mistake, and then went straight back out again. But same as I said to Chris, I says, well, next time, I says, he'll learn to knock before he comes in. What time is it now? It's 12 minutes past 10. Yeah.
We're going to start isolating my bed.
I think I downloaded a let me just have a look. Red Velvet. Oh, that were Red Velvet cinnamon rolls, weren't it? I think I've downloaded. Yeah. See you in the morning, mate.
See you in the morning. Oh, look, it's at the right time.
But anyway, I'm sure I've downloaded some red velvet cookies somewhere along the line. I'll have to have a look another time, Amjad. So what?
No, I'm saying it's not 20 seconds behind.
All right. Did I wink at him? No, I were busy. I was sort of in the middle of something, Wakey. So, but are you telling all your pervy teacher stories now?
That's true, that. I think one of the girls caught him and he slapped him right in the face.
Oh dear.
What? Who? When? Why?
Never mind.
But yeah. Some as I say, I mean, over years, I mean, you know, when you get to my age, you've sort of seen it all, done it all, and got t-shirt, if you know what I mean. So you know, some as I say, when you're in the middle of childbirth, you know, you don't take any notice who's coming through the door or whatever. But he had a shock when he come, when he. Oh, it's a 2-minute delay. Oh. Well, you see, this is the thing. I mean, I were this afternoon. I were on to Messenger with Bella, and it sort of kept sort of buffering, and then it did freeze, and then it's come back to normal. Wakey says night, Callum.
Good night, Wakey.
So, and same as I said to Chris, with this lockdown, I think everybody and his mother's been on internet. You know what I mean? Nobody can do out apart from, you know, either use Facebook, using YouTube or whatever.
Best way to socialise instead of in contact.
Well, this is what I'm saying, Callum. That's why a lot of, I mean, like Friday night stream, I had to close it down because I just got a message on thing and it says chat disconnected, and there were no way, no how I could get it back on.
Government's shutting it down.
And it were like 11 o'clock anyway. So I says, right, I'm going to shut it down, and then it won't let me shut it down on StreamYard, so it was still live.
And government's
Callum came out waving at him, Wakey.
And what?
He says, I'll rephrase that. Did it wink at him? I went, no. You waved at him as you come out. And as Chris says, he shot out like an exocet missile.
Night, Tina.
Good night, Tina.
See you later, Tina. Thanks for coming in.
In the morning.
But you know, us women have a lot to put up with over the years. Amjad says night, Callum.
Good night, Amjad.
So
past Amjad's bedtime.
Yeah. I mean, same as I always say to Chris, I mean, you know, us women have to have babies, you know, we have that time at month. They don't have no like that. So Simon's saying night, Amjad. Callum's going, not Amjad.
I got him.
But yeah, you know, I mean, us ladies have a lot to endure, you know. You men have got it easy, let's just say. What do you mean, Gior? I'm telling truth.
We shell about like peas. Well, yeah. The pop next.
No, not. You'd have one and that'd be it. You don't know what pain is.
Yeah.
So see you later, Tina. Thanks for coming in. But yeah, you don't know what pain is. You have a bit of an earache and you have man flu and think you're dying. God help you if they invented a way for men to have babies.
Yeah.
Payne is being married for 17 years, yeah. You see that light on each shed deck, can't you?
No, because we ain't got one.
Well, there will be tonight. Hope you've made space on floor. I think we've got a sleeping bag somewhere, haven't we?
That I can stand in.
Simon says can't get in shed. No. Well, I'll make sure. Yeah, I'll make sure he does, Simon.
All right, matey. I'll be down in a minute.
So that's last time I'm making you a lemon meringue cheesecake.
Still got nearly a full one in there.
But you see, this is what I have to put up with. You know, he expects me to bake for him. And then he slags me off for being married to me for 17 years. Oh, pardon me. That's like, I drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Don't you mean other way round?
No, honest.
I'm saying one out at pair of us.
I don't know you're catching up. Hey there. Quick bye. I'm off to fill the supermarkets when I ask people pay back.
See you later. Thanks for popping in here. Can you sing the song?
She drives me crazy. That's all you get.
It's a good job. Well, put it this way, Simon. It's a good job we've got a Signet Hospital just out road.
You don't know what a Signet Hospital is.
Well, it's private mental hospital. I'll tell him what it is.
They have benefits on this.
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure people have heard at Signet Hospital chain. So yeah, luckily we've just got one just out road. It can walk down to it actually.
Oh, the last time people here, bitchy.
Hashtag bitchy. It means he's being bitchy. At least there's 11 people here. I'll not explain that comment, by the way.
I know what it means.
Yeah, I know what it means and all. That's what I'm saying. I'm not explaining the comment.
No.
So yeah, I mean, it's a private joke if you were wondering.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, get this. I wouldn't mean anything. Right. As you all know, I've booked an hotel for us in Skegness on the 10th, 11th, and coming back on the 12th. Now, obviously, under the circumstances, we don't think it's going to happen. So, I had an email last night, and it was from booking.com because that's who I booked it through. And I says, hey, up here we go. Is email saying that we're not going to, they've had to cancel it due to coronavirus, blah, blah, blah. No such thing. Apparently, the hotel that we've booked has now changed its name, and they just emailed me to inform me that the hotel that we've booked has changed its name. The booking and everything's still the same, but just to inform us that the hotel had changed its name. So same as I said to Chris, it's one of these bookings where we didn't pay anything up front, but we pay when we get there, if you know what I mean. But if you cancel within a certain time period, it's Good Friday. We didn't know at the time when I booked it because it's like 10 years on the 10th since my stepdad died, and it's 3 years on the Saturday since my mum died.
It's like 11th, 10th we win.
Yeah, 10th, 11th, and then coming back on the 12th, which is Easter Sunday. But we didn't realise at the time when I booked it that it was Easter weekend. But funny thing is, same as I said, I got this email from them expecting it to say, sorry, but we've had to cancel your booking. But no, it was just an email to say that the hotel that we're staying at has changed its name, and they wanted to inform me of that fact. Everything's still the same, you know, blah, 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 except it's changed its name. So, same as I said to Chris, well, I'm not going to cancel it. And then them say, well, you know, if you're cancelling it and it's too close to the date that you're going, they can charge you for it. Now, I'm going to wait for them to email me cancelling it. And then I've got it in black and white that it weren't me that cancelled it, it was them. And then they can't charge you. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So at least if they email me and say, well, look, sorry, under the circumstances, blah, 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 we've had to cancel your booking, I've got it in black and white to prove that it's them that's cancelled it and not me. So should they try to charge me for it, then I've got it in black and white that it weren't me that cancelled it, it were them. So there you go. So yeah, I half expected opening this email and I'm saying that they were cancelling it. So, but it's only like a fortnight, isn't it? I think, is it a fortnight on Friday?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's only a fortnight on Friday. So I don't think much is going to change between now and in 2 weeks' time. So, it's just a case of waiting and seeing, really. You know, what's what, and whether they cancel it or not. Yeah, it's just a case of waiting and seeing, really. But I mean, same as Chris has just said, I don't think it's going to happen because it's like only a fortnight on Friday. So I don't think it's going to be happening. So yeah, it's just a case of waiting and seeing now.
Yeah.
Seeing what transpires. If all like restaurants, bars, pubs and clubs is closed, I mean, you know, it's an hotel and they, you know, supposedly do breakfast and whatever. So I can't imagine them staying open. So that's that. So what has everybody been doing with the time while we've been in lockdown? You know, some as I say, Chris has been doing his daily vlogs. I've been baking. Oh God, as if I didn't know that. You know, you're telling me to. What did you tell me when I was doing that vlog earlier on? What were it when I was whisking them egg whites or something? Anyway, are you going to bed? Are you, Amjad? Yeah, see you later, Amjad. I'll see you Friday. Anyway, we were doing the baking vlog, and he was saying something about do this and do that, and I says, well, just because you did a baking vlog, I says, what you tried to do here? I says, trying to teach your granny how to suck eggs. I forgot what you said. You said do this or do something. I forgot. Yeah. I forgot what it were now.
Oh, you're gonna take it off it out at bowl, out at metal tin.
Oh yeah. That were it. Because obviously, because it were a baked cheesecake. I put the you have to use lemon curd, and then you whisk the egg whites and put them on top. And he says, well, he says, you're taking it out at tin, aren't you? And I went, yeah, of course I am. I says, but you've got to put it in oven first. I says, to brown the the meringue and harden the meringue and whatever. I says, but once it's out the oven and it's cooled down, I says, yes, I will take it out the tin. I says, what you trying to do here? I says, trying to teach your grandmother how to suck eggs.
Oh, I think Simon says check their own website.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to have a look, Simon. I mean, it's all right booking it through booking.com, but it's I understand what you're saying. The actual hotel, check on the actual hotel website, yeah. So, same as I say, it's just a case of waiting and seeing now, and somehow I don't think it's going to happen. You can't very well social distance yourself in a hotel, yeah, you could do, but if we're sort of going to be stuck in his rooms or not being able to go out, we may as well not go in first place. So anyway, same as I say, it's just a case of waiting and seeing. But I don't think it's. Oh yeah. So yeah, but same as I said to Chris, I mean, like, such as booking.com, they give you the option, do you want to pay for it now or do you want to pay at the hotel? We did the option to pay at the hotel because at that time, there weren't no coronavirus when we actually booked it. And I said, well, I'd sooner sort of pay at the hotel. And then at least, if worst happens, then you've not lost your money.
Oh God, I'm still here. He's just lurking.
So that's basically why we did that, because if worst were to happen, and we ain't lost anything. But you see, same as I said to Chris, some of these companies are a bit devious that way. If I were to ring up and say, under the circumstances, we're going to cancel, we don't want to risk it, they've got a reason to charge you because you're actually cancelling it. So that's why I said to Chris, I'm going to wait till I get a notification from them cancelling it. Then I've got it in black and white and I've got the proof that it's them that's cancelling and not me. So they can't charge me for it. And if they do, I'm going to, play Merry L. So,
yeah. For it, but I'm bloody paying it.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, because you book it through booking.com, they have to verify you are who you say you are. They take your card details. So, if I were to cancel it, they could still charge my card that amount of money, but if they cancel it, they can't charge us because I've got it in black and white that it's them that's cancelled it and not me. If that makes sense.
All right.
I've still got some back again out to Seatonell and make a pint of coffee.
Have to see now and make a pint of coffee while PC was rebooting.
I'm going to say I've just had my it were a little bit on the cool side, but yeah, I'm not under any misconception that it's going to go ahead. Same as I say, it's only 2 weeks on Friday, so I can't see it happening somehow. So same as I says, you too as well, Mel. Just stay safe and
have a good one, mate.
you know, look out for yourself and oh, pardon me. Please, as it says, please stay safe. So thank you for coming in, and I do appreciate you coming in. So yeah, you know, it's you know, it's a case of you have to do what you have to do if you know what I mean. Same as I say, I don't want to take any chances. I've not been going out anywhere. If we've needed anything from Asda, Chris has gone down and you know, gone down and got it. I just don't risk it. You know, I've got several health issues that if I were to contract it, you know, and you know, and I know several people, you know, this Nescafe Gold blend is crap. I have to put 4 spoons. Oh, Gordon Bennett, I bet it's like, you know, like your mother used to say, oh, this coffee's strong enough to stand your spoon in it. Oh dear.
My God.
I was going to say.
I'll be awake all night, lad.
You know, I don't particularly like wheat coffee, but I don't like it that strong either. Oh, he says, no, Simon, just used to die egg bits. But from what I'm reading, the severeness is down to the level of exposure. We see, same as I said, I mean, a lot of the people realised from the get-go how serious it was and done what they were told and only stayed indoors and only went out when it's absolutely necessary. I don't think that there would have been so many cases. You know what I mean? But it's only sort of because the amount of people suffering with it, the amount of deaths that we've had, I think people have sort of suddenly realised how serious it is. Whether there's any truth in it, I don't know. But, you know, they're now thinking to this end, oh, crap, you know, probably what they were saying in first place is true. You know, we better stay indoors. We better only go out, you know, when necessary, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And a lot of people didn't take it as seriously as what they are doing now. So it's a case of, you know, oh, now you're taking notice. Now you realise the seriousness of it. And, you know, people are dying from it. And, you know, not necessarily people with underlying health issues, you know, perfectly healthy people are dying from it. So, you know, it's just a case of, you know, as we say, a little bit, you know, it's too little too late sort of thing. So but yeah, you know, I mean, it's like well, this is a thing as well. I don't know what night it were, but obviously we discussed about the coronavirus and everything. And I will I mean, this is my problem. This is the problem that I have. I lay there in bed other night. I'm thinking, well, what about all these ladies that are expecting babies? And you know, when it's time for a baby to come, you know, the doctor's not going to say, well, if you can hang on a few weeks, Mrs. So and so. You know what I mean? When it's time for a baby to come, a baby's going to come. And I'm thinking, well, how are they going to go on, you know, when we're delivering babies and they've got all this going off around them? And then, you know, and it's just dafflings like that I can't seem to switch off and they go around. And I'm thinking, well, are they going to go on if, you know, if they're having a baby and you know, and they're getting rushed into hospital and You know, you're not going to stop a baby coming, because when it comes, you know what I mean? But it weren't till I spoke to somebody and they said, well, basically, you've got to go to hospital by yourself. You've got to have the baby by yourself, which is understandable in a sense with this coronavirus going off. But, you know, it's Chris wanted to miss Callum's birth for, you know, for hell or high water. You know what I mean? Chris wanted to miss it for the world, watching Callum being born. You know what I mean? And it's sort of, it's stopping fathers from seeing the children. But yeah, I know it's unusual circumstances. You know what I mean? And this is just, you know, I'm trying to explain to you, I'm a worrier, and for some reason I don't know what made me start thinking about it. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, well, what are about these women that are having babies, and you know what they're going to do? Or does it mean that they've got to give birth all by themselves? Yeah, there's going to be a nurse there. Yeah, in certain circumstances, there's going to be a doctor there. But you don't know any of these people, and it's like you're doing it all by yourself. But yeah, you know what I mean. Oh, I would say I can second that. You know, Chris can't stand Piers Morgan whatsoever. But yeah, you know, and these silly things that I think about, and this is why I suffer from insomnia, because I start thinking about something and then I can't, you know, I can't stop thinking about it. So, pity Wakey's not a grafter. What is it? Have a go at Wakey tonight.
They're not me, so I'll get it back now.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, you know, certain people will know what I'm talking about. You just get this thing in your head and you can't switch it off, and you know, daftest of things. You know, I mean, I mean, that ship sailed a long time ago for me and Chris, like, but it's just something that popped into my head and I couldn't stop thinking about it. So,
yeah. Good comeback, lad. I'll off with that one.
So yeah, so anybody else have them sort of things where they lay in bed at night and think stupid things and for no apparent reason, you know what I mean? And I mean, everybody knows that, you know, I suffer from depression and anxiety and whatever. I don't know, you know, is it your subconscious, you know? I don't know. Does these thoughts have any meaning? You know what I mean? Why were I thinking about pregnant women, and you know what's going to happen? Yeah, quite often. But you see, Simon, I do think like that, but it's like I can wake up at like 3:30, 3:00 in the morning. I go to the toilet, get back in bed, and I just lay there and this thought pops into my brain, and then I just can't, it's like I can't flick switch off. I can't stop thinking about it. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, you know, it don't concern us, and I don't know anybody that's pregnant, and you know, it's like you can't. It's like one of these songs. I mean, Chris was saying earlier on, he heard a song, I forget what it were now, and he kept saying, "Oh, I can't stop singing that." And it's like that. That's the same sort of thing. It's like when you hear a song and then afterwards you can't stop singing it. You know what I mean? and for some reason, you know, you can't stop singing this song. And that's the same thing. He says that's usually about the time I'm nodding off. But it's not the going to sleep that I have the problem with. It's sort of, obviously, you know, your subconscious tells you need to go out to have a pee and go to the toilet, but it's when I get back in bed and you lay there and you're trying to nod off, and then all of a sudden something, I try to envision a wall. I break the wall brick by brick, and it reveals stars, planets, comets, etc. Oh dear. Same as I say, we don't half have some weird thoughts pop into his head. But somebody said to me, "Oh, you know, it's when you've got things on your mind. It's your subconscious telling you." But having a baby, and I says to Chris, I says, "Well, I says that ship sailed for us a long time ago." I says, "So I'm not being any, you know." It could have been somebody mentioned like, "Oh, you know, in 9 months' time, there's going to be a baby boom once this lockdown's over." You know what I mean? It could have been just like a throwaway comment like that, and it planted that seed in my mind. You know, as you know, in 9 months' time, there's going to be a baby boom. I don't know. May the force be with you, Simon. So yeah, you know, I mean, we all have these daft things pop into his mind every now and again. Good news, Paul. So I know you probably don't want me to mention it, Simon, but how did you get on yesterday with not being able to go to your mum's funeral? Did you mark the occasion in any way, or, you know, did you? This home brew is good stuff. All I will say is it's potent stuff. Think I may have made it a bit too strong.
Is that a big bottle of it at all?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Finally get to fly my bebop. Oh. So I feel as pissed as I know it. You tell he is, because his typing's gone a bit funny.
Is that a little bit too much?
There's one thing, you know, you'll sleep tonight, Gordo.
Send some my way.
Can I have a gallon, please?
I say, I'll need some with that whistling tube of yours.
Yeah, he says he lit some candles, family here had a hug, etc. That's good, that is.
Bless.
Hey, Johnny Five.
Johnny Five is live.
Time to call this. As I tell Wakey off when he comes in at this time of night. So yeah, Gordo's got the cure for the virus. It's called home brew. He says it weren't me. Yeah, you know, when he says it weren't him, it always, I'm going to say it more than likely always is. Oh, she's still awake, is she?
I'm still awake.
He says it's time for the little shit to get to sleep, or else.
Oh dear.
There's going to be murder committed in Leeds. Oh dear. So that's that. Same as I say, the baking vlog will be up sometime tomorrow. I can't say specifically what time because I've got to do the green screen and everything. So
whenever Jeanette decides to get up.
Yeah, you put blame on me. No, to get up for.
Yeah, so green screen.
Yeah, and it's like I get up in the morning, waking, I say, what day are we on today? I don't know what day it is, what time it is. You know what I mean? And it's messed it up right good and proper with clocks going forward and all. How the government expect you to have the little darlings 24/7. Oh dear. But yeah, I'm saying I'll get up in the morning. I say, what day is it today? The same as Chris says, you all you seem to do is eat, sleep, and repeat, and that's all you seem to do. You know what I mean? And that's everybody's days all rolling into one because you don't know what day it is.
What's better than once all this stuff's over with, everybody will be flogging to Peak District. Everybody.
He says, I'm making my Sunday dinner right now.
No, to do on Sunday apart from eating.
But yeah, it's I think top and bottom of it is nobody knows what to do with themselves. You know what I mean? And obviously because we all confined indoors, you know, nobody seems to know what they're doing, when they're doing it, or what day it is. You know what I mean? It's a case of so as I say, it's just finding stuff to do. So oh yeah, excuse me. Will be plenty of cold cuts left, Pixie. Oh, but you see when a couple of weeks ago, we couldn't get a chicken or nothing for love nor money. Chris went in Asda and he bought a bigger joint of pork than we usually get. So it were about this big. So I says to Chris, I says, well, it's pointless pouring that in. I says, and a load of meat going to waste. So basically we just cut it in two, froze one and cooked other. You know what I mean? So we've got like pork in freezer, and then he managed to get one of these, what is it, boiling bag chickens or something. So we got one of them as well, just in case. And then when we went to Asda Saturday, they got the normal chickens in. They got tons of chicken in. They got pork in. So we bought chicken and pork again. So, you know, same as I said to Chris, they'll keep it freezer.
Send some out, mate.
Cleaning my freezer yet. Got another half a dozen joints. Oh, yeah. Well, you see, this is the thing. We've got a fridge freezer, which is half and half. So stuff that we sort of, you know, fish fingers and fish and things like that, we keep it fridge freezer. But joints of beef or pork or chicken and whatever, they go in chest freezer. So we've got a chest freezer as well as like an half and half fridge freezer. So you know, so as I say, so we've sort of got a few bits in hand, so to speak. Same as I said to Chris, says it's not as if they're not going to get used, because they are. You know, they'll get used. 4 pork shoulder joints, a leg of lamb, and a shoulder of lamb. Oh,
I love leg of lamb, please.
You see, Chris likes lamb, but I'm not a lamb.
You're not a lamb fan.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a lamb fan because to me, lamb is a bit on greasy side. That's the reason why I'm not fond of it. If I'd got to say I've got a favourite, I'd say a chicken's my favourite. But yeah, I'm not a lamb fan. Swap you for a bag of peanuts. Oh dear. But you know, even down at our little Asda, Chris went down the other day and he says, well, he says, believe it or not, he says they've believe it or not, he says they've got plenty of bog rolls in our Asda now. Whereas, you know, down at our little Asda, you couldn't get any toilet rolls for love nor money. Day 7 of lockdown, the dog is looking at me like this is why I chew with the furniture. But oh, Wakey's allergic to nuts.
I went then. Hey!
I'll see your peanuts and up you a bag of Walkers. Talking about Chris and peanuts. So, but can't stop yawning now. Oh dear. It's this bloody lockdown. It's tiring doing nothing. I can only eat them covered in chocolate.
The nuts.
Yeah, well, if you're allergic to nuts, you're allergic to nuts, whether they're covered in chocolate or what. Oh dear. But yeah, same as I say, it's odd. You know, Chris had got all these ideas. Oh, well, you know, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and spare a thought for those who have been leading a double life and now have to choose which partner to sleep with. Hey, I'll tell you something, Gordo. I read it from a notification on my because I get like notifications and whatever. It says that 49 B&M stores are closing due to the lockdown. I don't know whether it's true or not. So you know, yeah, B&M do sell food, but to me, it's sort of not an essential, you know, and I think that they haven't made the guideline very clear. Yeah, spare a thought for all the kids that didn't tell their parents that they smoked. I bet they're gasping right now.
The Facebook one, that one.
Yeah, I'm going to say you got that for Facebook. Does that mean the DFS sale is finally finished? Well, that's the same as I said to Chris the other day. I says, that is my only vice is smoking. And same as I said, you know, it's at times like these where I'm glad I smoked in a way, if you know what I mean. It's the only thing that's keeping me sane. You know, I don't drink, you know, I don't do anything else untoward. And smoking's my only vice. And, you know, if I didn't smoke, I think I'd have gone round twist by now. The only thing that swings now is my nuts. Oh, Oh dear me. But well, pardon me. I allergic to them too. But it's I think it's getting to the point now where it's going hard for everyone, you know, not just kids and people that have got young kids. It's like everybody, you know. You don't realize how much even though, like I you know, me and Bella were having this conversation earlier on. Me and Bella don't go out all that often. You know, it's surprising how much you miss not being able to go out if you wanted to, if you know what I mean. Like this forced lockdown, you know, it's made you appreciate things a lot better, that knowing that, you know, we could go out through the front door, we can go and get in car, we can go wherever we want. But now, because of this forced lockdown, you're being stopped from doing that. And it's, you know, even though, you know, you don't get out all that often, you know, it's only these little things in life that you do, you know. It's these little things that you miss and that you take for granted when you can't do them. The good thing about home brewing is I can put a pint in each room and call it a pub crawl.
That's off Facebook at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, you know, I mean, it's people that aren't used to going out. Same as we've said, you realise when you're forced not to go out, how much you miss it. So, you know, I hope you're not all going too stir crazy, and I hope you know, it don't totally send you bonkers or round twist. You know, it's same as I've said to Chris, you know, I'm sure it sent you a bit doolally. The final room is the bedroom, Gordo. The next time the bed comes around, you're on it. Or trying to get in bed and say, well, I wish this bed had stopped moving. I wish it had slowed down a bit so I can get in bed. Oh, dear.
We'll start spinning the other way, Gordo, and eventually it'll stop.
I've just had a thought when you were baking that cake the other day. You could have put Callan's apron on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well. Too late now.
Yeah, that's still being covered for another 2 years, then.
Yeah. It should have made you look all professional then. With an apron on.
Yeah, but nobody's going to see it, are they?
Well, you could sort of see you a little bit stood in background.
I'll put the apron on, look.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I had to laugh when Bella says, she says, I kept looking and she kept saying, I'm just, you know, I'm looking to make sure it is Chris that's baking this cake. She didn't believe it were him that were baking cake. But hey ho. So, yeah, I didn't help it whatsoever, apart from reading the ingredients out for him and telling him what to do. I was the camera lady. That's all my involvement was. I was the camera lady. So, so yes, I can assure you, everything was done by his own fair hands. Even the frosting, the decoration, and everything, it were his own doing, not mine. I didn't. What priority shopping? Yeah, That's a joke if ever I've seen one. Oh dear.
I'm sorry if you said that to him, mate. You get a clip round here, all.
Yeah. Knowing your missus, I know he'd get a clip round here. Oh dear. That one, it is a good one, though, that one is.
Oh, we'll have to get a nurse's uniform, love, for you.
Yeah. Can arm hole and all. And I did say arm hole, not other way. But yeah, thinking I'm dressing up as a nurse just to go down to get some bread for a Masley. You've got nothing coming. So
I think it has been.
Well, you can get that thought out your mind and all. Oh dear.
Bloody charming.
I know. Oh dear. Well, it not matter to you anyway, because you're sleeping in shed tonight. Moaning that you've been married to me for 17 years.
I've got a whistling pipe.
Oh dear.
You
Once got a taxi home after the nightclub had kicked out. Paid the driver and stepped back, wasn't arse every tit, and landed among the bins. Didn't move until all the lights had gone off. Oh dear. Oh dear.
And I bet that actually happened from waking up.
Breaking news, Chris is self-isolating in the shed. I ought to put a notice in shed. Please do not let him out, no matter what he tells you, even if he says he's got bog roll. So
free bog roll if you let me out.
Yeah, please do not you know, go near, you know, please do not let him out.
I'll just see
Oh dear. Hey?
I'll just see where I can keep it, mate.
Well, you'll be all right. We've got a sleeping bag somewhere. You'll be all right on wooden floor. Plenty of boxes in there that you can make yourself comfortable. Yeah. I'm sure you'll make it home from home.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wi-Fi reaches it down and I'll tell
Yeah. I might allow you to take your phone in. Oh dear. Right, guys, I've been going just over 2 hours, so I'm going to call it a night, and I'll see you all on what day we're on today? Wednesday. Yeah, I'll see you all Friday. See, same as I say, I don't know whether I'm coming or going, what day's what. So yeah, so I'll see you all again on Friday. We'll discuss the you've got to feel sorry for Philip Schofield. He's just come out now. He's been told he's got to stay in. And same to you, Simon. So hopefully I'll see you all again on Friday. And, you know, as they're saying across the screen, please stay safe and stay indoors. And I'll speak to you all again on Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.